Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hemingway Jones live fountain pen show. This is our little corner of the internet where we talk about fountain pens, inks, journals, and journaling, and just about anything and everything that's going to keep you inspired. So, very happy to be with you all tonight. You might hear my voice is a little off tonight, so we will do our best to make a full hour. Like to always kind of wrap up before the hour's out, but I love spending this time with you all. But I wore out my voice over the weekend doing multiple voiceovers, and each of them took about an hour and a half, and I had about 3 of them. So it was a bit much for me. You guys know I only have so much time before my voice runs out. But happy to be here. So great to see everyone here. I see Richard's here. Hello, Richard. Quoting me, saying it's brilliant. Thank you. I appreciate that. Scott Lasky commenting on my shirt. It is bright. It's orange. Famous for polo shirts. As you guys know, I have it in a lot of different colors. Someday, someone will count all the different colors of my polo shirts. Let me know how many I have. I also kind of have my own way of wearing them. You ever notice? It's kind of like spread rakishly, if I can use that term. No matter how buttoned up I try to look, it just doesn't look right if I try to button it up, you know. I've seen folks button this one button. For me, it's kind of slightly disheveled. It's kind of my look. So we have a really fun program for you this evening. What we're going to do is we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff, as we often do. I have a new pen purchase to share with you. This is one I actually bought, and it's in violation of several of my pen purchasing rules. So it'll be fun to talk about that as well. The main topic is sort of the art of letter writing, and this isn't so much how to write a letter and what to say. It's more about how to sort of keep up a correspondence, especially if you're with us in the Illuminati and Cognoscenti members, where we're doing pen pals and letter exchanges. I write about 10 letters a week. That's a lot. And there's certain things I've learned to just be more efficient and to be better at communicating. And I thought I'd share those with you and sort of talk about what it's like to have a healthy correspondence with lovely people. It's pretty great, is the short version. So we're going to talk about that. And then another very exciting thing is that we're going to have our first Illuminati member join us. So John Manuel, who's in the comment section right now. John, don't be nervous. I'm not scary. Will be joining us later on in the hour. And we're just going to hear from him. And we're going to hopefully hear from a bunch of Illuminati folks over the next several months. So lots of interesting things going on. Speaking of interesting things going on, the mighty James Fahey sent me a super chat for $7.99 Australian dollars. Thank you very much, James. I appreciate that. James has been a long-time supporter of the channel. Just an all-around great guy. Really interesting comments. Has a very, very well-articulated. Is it articulated if you're writing it? I don't think so. Let's say he's got a very well-stated point of view. And I always appreciate his comments. They're always really interesting and sort of well considered. And he's been here a long time, so I'm very, very happy to have him here. James says, we're up the road together. How far have we done together? Hopefully much more road to go further along. Yes, things are falling apart. Something just fell. Yes, we have a long way to go, James. We have many things to do. I think you guys are really going to be excited with some of the videos that are coming up this autumn. So it's going to be very, very exciting. Thank you, James, for that donation to the channel. I appreciate it. And thanks for all your likes. I see the thumbs going up, so thank you for all the likes as well. John Manuel is locked, loaded, and ready to join us. So very exciting. I see that Shaq MD is here. Does everyone know Shaq MD? So Shaq MD has his own YouTube channel. He has absolutely beautiful handwriting. And for a while, it was just his hand writing. But now he speaks. So now we know what his voice sounds like, which probably sounds better than mine right now. So bear with me. I'm here because I enjoy this with all of you. So if I sound a little raspy, just bear with me if you would. So we had a lot of interesting stuff lately. Did you see the, what did he call it? The pen show that Yost did over on Apple Boom, the pen quiz show. Super fun episode. I wasn't able to squeak out a win, but I had a lot of fun and met some really nice people. Doug was there, who was very nice, and Claire Coco, who's also absolutely lovely. So very nice people, very fun episode. If you haven't seen it, go check it out because it was super fun. Super fun times over on Apple Boom. And I'm also going to be co-hosting his podcast in September. We have a lot of really good people that will be joining the show, some pen makers and pen CEOs and a lot of other folks. That'll be really interesting over there. So super, super fun. Oh, Debbie said I did well. Thanks. I was happy. You know, I didn't study, and Doug and Claire studied. I didn't think of studying. I know that's silly, but I should have studied. Maybe I would have done better. I don't know. But it's hard to have time to do it all, isn't it? We're trying. But it's quite a bit. Quite a bit. So I see a lot of love for that. Okay. I think what I'd like to talk about first, if you'll allow me, is my latest pen purchase. And many times when I purchase a pen, I reach out to various people who sell pens, but more often than not, I go to Atlas. And I ask, hey, what's the best price you can do on a Visconti Homo sapiens or whatever it is. But this time, I just bought it. I just went to Atlas and just bought it. I didn't bother with that because, I didn't think for the price I wanted to haggle. But it is a pretty great pen. It is brand new. And I'll introduce it to you right now. There we go. So this is the TWSBI Indigo and Bronze fountain pen. And I really should film with this before I fill it. I probably won't, but I should. Because look how pristine that is. Isn't it amazing? It'll never look like this again. So I'm pretty excited with that. It has a stub nib, which I'm also excited about. And the reason I bought this is that I have one TWSBI Eco with a stub nib. And it's the rose gold and smoke model. And this one is, of course, indigo and bronze, which doesn't look like real bronze. It's just a bronze color. But the reason is I often keep Krishna Moonview 2, which I'll show you because I have my ink library here. Krishna Moonview 2 in my other pen. But it's not, here's Moonview. It's got this really great red and blue. See, it's very blue and then very metallic red. So similar to Tesla's, Birmingham Pen Company's Tesla coil is similar, but I just find that Moonview's a little bit more shiny metallic, but by degree. So Both great inks. But so I have this in the rose gold and smoke fountain pen. But it feels a little sort of discordant, if I can use that word, because it's a blue ink with red in a brown kind of, brown and grayish, kind of rose golden grayish pen, which I would feel better with something like Caroux de Chypre in that pen, which I use quite a bit as well. So one of the other inks I'm using lately is this Shogun, J.R. Bonds Shogun. Look at the metallic on that. Very steely. I really like that. So I'd love to put this in the rose gold and smoke TWSBI Eco, because it would just feel better from a color point of view. Also, Wearing Jewels Anubis, which I have in my Lamy 2000, which I'll show you in a bit, because I didn't have it inked last time and now I do. So I think that would be fun. So ultimately what I want to do is take the I have to find it now. Take the Krishna Moon View, or maybe I will use the Tesla coil, but because I just haven't used that in a while. And it's really nice too. I just find that the Tesla coil is a little bit more inconsistent with the red. See, some of it's like pure blue, where on the Moon View it seems to hit every letter, every bit. So I really want to put this in here. I feel like this is a brilliant marriage right here. Now the problem is that I already have it in the other one, and it's pretty full, which makes me want to put Shogun in this, and then I'd have them switched. So I'm not really sure if I'm just going to have this one sort of sit on the sidelines for a while until the other one's empty, or if I'm going to fill them both. But I am very excited to own this because I really love the color. I love the indigo quite a bit. And if you heard me at the top of the hour, I did say that it violated several of my rules. By the way, these rules, even, especially since I'm about to break them, they're more like guidelines and narratives. They're guiding principles to keep me in check so I don't just buy everything. And they only apply to me. I'm going to share them with you because the channel's always about a journey. It's a journey I'm on to learn as much as I can and to share each step with you as I have an ongoing relationship and journey with certain pens, like the Mont Blanc 146, for instance. I started out not liking that pen, and then over time, I grew to really love it. And it was a process that was documented in how many videos and how many lives. Probably at least 3 videos and multiple lives where I'm talking about the Mont Blanc 146 with the calligraphy nib, which I'm still speaking about. I'm still learning how to use it. I only recently learned to write really wispily. That's not a word. It should be. I only really learned to write extremely thinly with it. And it adds that much more dynamic range. So it's very exciting. So back to why I bought this pen and why I would not have normally. So I don't like to have multiple copies of pens unless it's very strategic, unless there's a serious reason behind it, as I've just shared with you all. Do I really need another TWSBI Eco? I actually do have another one. So this is my third. The other one I have is a pure demonstrator, and it has, I think, a fine nib. And I don't use it very much. I use it, but I just don't use it a lot. But my other one with the stub, I use so much. If you're an Illuminati or a cognoscenti member of this channel, then you've probably received a letter from me. And if you haven't, please reach out. Let me know. I'd love to write a letter. It's one of the perks. You've earned it. And I appreciate you being here. And I want to show thanks by writing you a nice letter. So I use that TWSBI stub probably more than any other pen. There's many cognoscenti and Illuminati members in the chat right now. I'm sure you could say which pen I used to write a letter to you, and I bet half of you would say it was the TWSBI stub with Moon View, because it's so magical and it looks so good with nice paper. I don't know if I can read. I do. So I have paper like this. So you put a nice metallic ink, or you pick up the orange. I guess I'm getting into my other topic now, but so fun, so nice. But so, since it is the third of the kind, and it really is just another color, normally I wouldn't purchase it. But in this case, since I want it to have this ink, and I want it to make sense, I want it to correspond to the color of the pen. And this is what I do with my ink library. Some of you might know this. I see how it interacts. These swatches are for me. They're for my sense of order. They're for how the pen communicates with color. Actually, look how that blue. See how it communicates there? Do you feel that like I feel that? How a pen resonates. It has a conversation with color. And sometimes it can be clashing or opposites. Maybe one day my mood strikes me where this Scribo Rosso Chianti looks really good, and I feel like, oh, I want that in there. Ooh, look at this. This is fun. You can kind of do that. See what it would look like in there. So these are the kind of conversations and the steps I go through as I choose color. I actually think the red and blue looks really, really fun. This is Varenjoul's Dracula, by the way, which is a pretty great red. Look at that. That's having a great conversation, right? There's a nice dynamic tension between the red and the blue. I like that too. I could go that direction. Maybe that's what I'll do. Maybe I'll put Dracula. Dracula, I think, has a little shimmer. I'm trying to remember. Or is it just shade? I think it's just shade. Throwing shade. But I could do something like that. Put like a half step. Autumn oak. So some really nice colors. And I like to see how they interact. And that's what this tool is for. It's not to see what color the ink is. This is to see what the ink looks like as you write with it. This big swatch is for nothing more than to hold a pen up against it and see how I feel about it. So, Lewis Little says, a bronze-colored ink would look good in that too. It would. A bronze-colored ink would look great. Let's find one, shall we? I don't have too many in that spectrum, but I do have a couple. One would be that Shogun ink that I want to put in the other one, because see how metallic it is when the light hits it? So imagine it in there. Pretty nice, right? Very nice conversation there. Another one would probably Crew de Chypre, certainly. That's a good one. Some of these browns would look nice. This one's too light. It's more like an art ink. This is Ferris Wheel Press Oyster House. It's a bit light for me. What's that? Cornaline d'Egypte from Jacques Herbin. That would be fun. Look at that. That would be just lovely. So, Ancient Copper. Ancient Copper would be great. Look at that, guys. Isn't that affecting you? It's working for me. Love it. So that's why I bought this, and I'm not really sure what I'm going to put in it. Here's Autumn Oak. I just got this because of Lad Gardner. Lad Gardner writes many of his letters in this color. And I looked at it so much, I really liked it. So I got it from Brendan Schmidt at Atlas Stationers. Just like this. Well, I bought something else with this too. I'll share with you. So I'm finally getting different color Giorgio pen holders so I can tell them apart. The ones I already have, I'm going to have to put some kind of mark on the side because three of them are very similar just because I like the color, but it's better to have contrasting. But you might want to see what's in here. I also organized my pens over the weekend. So we have a lot of just the kind of stuff I reach for a lot. Cartier Diablo, the Montblanc 149, 146, 3 vintage Montblanc, really nice ones. Homo sapiens, Visconti, the Mythos, the Pelican, M600, Souverain, the M200, my Houdini pen. Do you guys know why I call it the Houdini pen? Because it likes to escape from its cap and put ink all over me. The Piniter Full Metal Jacket with a quill nib. This is an amazing pen. Doesn't look like it has. It looks like it's pretty empty. I think I dipped it for a video. The Twin Tank, a little pretty dirty. That needs a cleaning. As you know, vac fills are no fun. And then here's my other Twisbees. So here's the rose gold one I was mentioning that has moon view in it. So very nice pen, very pretty. Would probably be better with some brown, but there you have it. And a few others. Here's the other Twisby Eco. And then 580. This is the first one I got many years ago. I don't know how many years ago, but it feels like a long time ago. My cousin-in-law. And then, of course, the VAC 700 we just spoke about. And then I have the Lamys kind of living together with the Vista coming in between them. So those were some recent purchases, which I'm pretty excited about. Nate's World. Hello from Australia. Hello to you. I think it's really early in Australia, right? Right now. I think it's very early. Wow. Scribe Sample says something very nice. I usually catch the recorded version of most live channels, but HJ, your shows are worth undivided attention. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you. I really appreciate it. Kaylee's asking me, which one is that, the bomber or saddle? I need another. I kind of forget, but I think it's the saddle. I can check. But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's saddle. BJ says, wow, that's a lot of high-end pens to be blessed with. Yeah, I'm lucky. There are some pretty amazing pens in there that I really love. The problem is only having one hand at a time, right? So Simon Krupa asks, what does my ink storage look like? It looks like a mess, I'll be honest. I could show you, but it's a mess. If you look at my library tour video, you can see my ink storage. It's in a IKEA sort of hospital looking caddy, and I keep it there. And it does a nice job, but it's a bit messy, if you will. So I wanted to show you some other pens that I recently got. I'm going to put the ink library away for the moment. I'm going to go over to the other view here. Oh, hello. So, now you guys recognize this one. So I just filmed a review over the weekend, which I'm very, very proud of. And it covers the pen, its design, the designer, Lamy's history, and a bit on Bauhaus. So let's see how it writes. And this is nice because it's a pen you can post without worrying very much at all. So should have plenty of ink in it. Because if you remember last week, I only had it dipped. And this has Anubis ink in it. So very nice medium nib. It also has shimmer in it. This is the first time I've put shimmer ink in a more expensive pen. Usually I don't do that, but I did this time. It's not hugely shimmery, but it is shimmery. It's easy to clean these, evidently. You can field strip them. I'm told not to lose that little piece when you do. I probably won't. I will probably never take this apart. It would make me a little nervous, and I would be afraid I would mess it up. Matthew Nevins, never caught a live show. This is exhilarating. Thanks so much. That's very, very kind of you. Thanks for the likes too, guys. I see them going up there, so I really appreciate that. Evidently, that helps with the YouTube gods. Oops. There we go. There is a little bit of that kind of like, which way do I put this down when you write? But once you get the hang of it, it's really very nice, very pleasant. I also don't think that this is the best ink for it. Because, I mean, part of me wants to put a really flowy ink in here. Something like Waterman Serenity Blue, or J. Urban's Eclat de Saphir, even Konpeki, which is just brilliant. And I feel like it would really bring out the character of this pen even more. But still, even writing with Anubis, it's quite pleasant. Pardon my handwriting, but it's hard to keep the show going, speak, and write at the same time. So it's quite a lot for a guy like me to juggle. But very, very pleasant. But you can see it's a very expressive, very precise writer. I think it's supposed to be in time. I think there's a lot to say about this pen. I think a lot has been said, but I think there's still quite a lot to say. So I feel like I definitely access something while I was doing my review. It's an original take, I think, than what you've seen out there. So I think you're going to enjoy that. So pretty nice, pretty enjoyable writer, interesting texture. It just has this lightness to it and an interesting feel. But I don't want to say too much because I want you to see the review, and that's coming up in, well, the end of October at this point, but it will come up. Chasmina. Wait, so he did buy a Lamy 2000? No, I did not buy a Lamy 2000, my friend. What I did buy, pardon me one second. What I bought, Chaz, was an Aurora Optima. But Brendan Schmidt of Atlas Stationers, where I bought this, is a cheeky fellow. And he threw this in the box because he heard me saying that I would never own it and I would never buy it. Well, now I own it. But I have been truthful that I would never buy it because he was lovely enough to just send it in the box. So now I get to experience it. And I'll tell you, it's going to be a great review because it's completely dispassionate. If anything, I'm probably weighted toward the negative, right? From a start. But the tension is, has it won me over or do I still hate it? And I think I called the video something like the definitive review from someone who hates it. No, or someone who hated it. So it's like, do I still or do I not? So that's the story. Atlas Stationers, lovely people, sent this. And Brendan sends them as a thank you. He doesn't even ask me to talk about it, promote it, or anything else. He's just a lovely, lovely guy. So, and it kind of makes me want to talk about it more, that he doesn't have expectations or anything. So just a really lovely fellow. So that's why I bought. When I went to buy this, I just bought it. I didn't even ask for anything. I just bought it. Well, you want to take a look at the Optima real quick too? Why not, right? I didn't do a review of this yet. And the reason is that I just inked it up. And I haven't written with it that much. Whereas I've been living with the Lamy 2000 since I got it. So let me point out something here, right? I had orange ink in it when I first got it. And I wrote a few sentences and I didn't like it. I took it out. I squirted it right back in the bottle. And I put Rosso Chianti from Scribo in here. But if you see, it's a translucent barrel. So you can see the ink sort of bleeding through. And I think maybe bleeding is a good comparison here since it's red. But this is beautiful. This has one of the smoothest turning pistons I've ever felt in my life. It is a pleasure turning this pen. So smooth. It's amazing. And then look, they did what I always ask. Not like they did it because I asked them to. But they have the nice protective metal around the cap. I quite like that. So very much like a Dolce Vita. Same color scheme, same idea. Just beautiful, classic, classy Italian pen. Just absolutely gorgeous. Excuse me one second. My poor voice. So, let's see if it writes. So, the first thing you might or might not notice is how fine this line is. You might be tempted to say, "Hey Shay, did you buy a fine nib?" I'll write down what kind of nib I bought so I don't have to say it. Medium. But look how fine this medium is. it also has like a nice a nice line variation just in the way the medium is cut. It's smooth, it's very precise, it feels very fine. I have to go through the specs again, but it has a ebonite feed, and it's, I wouldn't call it super wet though, not with this ink, but wet enough. Now look how nice that is. It just, you know what this writing with this pen feels like? It's like a luxury Florentine vacation. That's the experience. You're staying at a villa. You have a view of the whole town and the Duomo, like you do from Boboli Gardens. That's what this pen is. It just has a certain poshness to it and a precision. But the line variation's nice, right? I mean, it's not like a stub nib, but you can see it for a medium, that it's still there. Like here, here. It's kind of nice, right? So I'm very enamored of this, but I haven't used it very much. So I'm not quite ready to review it. And I also need to get on that Conway Stewart pen, the King Charles pen. That needs to be reviewed and sent back ASAP. But isn't this nice? I think I'm going to take this to the office tomorrow. It's a beauty, isn't it? So yes, bought this. Brendan was sweet enough to send me this, which I just did a review on. And then I wanted this, and I bought it from him because he's so lovely. So all three of these came from Atlas Stationers. Simon Krupa asks, are you happy with the nib? Are you speaking about the Optima? I would say I'm very happy with the nib, but it surprised me. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting a pretty wide medium, the way the Visconti Homo sapiens feels, very wide and gushy. And this is slightly restrained and fine. If I had been at a shop and did what I advise people to do, which is always try a pen first, I probably would have gone with the broad because it would have been a little bit more gushy. It would have been wider. However, I'm starting to like finer lines, and I like being surprised. I like the experience. I'll probably talk about it when I review it. I like the experience, even of taking a chance and spending a lot of money. This is not a cheap pen. I don't know what it retails for, but it's not cheap. I bought this for the channel. It was like a surprise to see it be so fine, but I like it. I do. There's a part of me that wants to write smaller and with more precision than I do. If you've received multiple letters from me, if you're an Illuminati or Cognoscenti member and I've written multiple letters to you, you'll probably see that my handwriting does change depending on how I feel and how I'm coordinating it that day. So that is how it goes for me. Richard Zach says, that pen has a discreet luxury about it. Yeah, I don't know about discreet though. The orange is kind of loud, right? And the gold has Greek meanders. In fact, one of the things that springs to mind with this pen is sort of Versace right? Circa 1997. And I mean that in the best way. It's slightly loud, but I like it. But here's the question, guys. This is the big question, and where is Helen? Is it cool or not cool? We need a part two. We need a part two. We need to bring Helen back. Okay. So let's talk about some more stuff, and then we're going to bring in John Manuel at some point. And chat with him. Lewis says, I think it's my new Grail pen. It's gorgeous. Brendan Schmidt has plenty of them too. So, oh, Miss Marilyn Darling, thank you. She got the price. So it's $535.50 from Atlas. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Blake Burris. This is my first time here. Found you on TikTok originally. Thanks for all you do. Blake, thanks for being here. I really appreciate it. There'd be no show without you. Arthur says the pen is cool. Very cool. I am going to get my wife to do a part two or something similar very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. I need my voice back, though. So hopefully that will happen soon. So I do want to run through a couple of things, which was really the main idea of this video this week, even though we're kind of running out of time and I'm running out of voice, and I want to bring John in. So I wanted to say that when you do a correspondence like I do, you do 10 letters a week, there's certain things you learn and certain things you kind of refine. And I'm sure you guys know a lot of this, so I'm just going to run through them. One is, when you're reading someone's letter, it's not a bad idea. I'll see if I can show you. So here's someone's letter I got. While I'm reading it, I take notes. I take notes on the letter so that I can write them back, and I don't have to hunt around in the letter for things that I want to say back. Because while I was reading it, I took these nice notes. And sometimes things spring to mind and I say, oh, I want to talk about this. It relates to something they said. So that is a kind of a good tip, I think. And the other thing that's nice about it is that when you save your letters, and I suggest you always save your letters. If someone went to the trouble of writing, then you should definitely save them. And if you want to go back and refer back to something you spoke about before, if you organize them in any way, you can go back and see those notes that you had written on the envelopes. And it just makes it easier also to refer back. And if you're hunting for a certain letter that said something, then you can look and find it quickly. So that's a really nice enhancement. Butterscotch candy will fix your voice. Well, then I need a truckload, but thank you. So the notes on the letter on the envelope also act as almost like an executive summary of your letter, which is just perfect for referencing and for when you go to write back. So I've kept every one, and I intend to for a long part. Miss Marilyn Darling underlines important parts, which is very, very similar. Very similar in approach. So another thing is, buy a lot of postage. I go through so much postage. I have to buy both international and domestic postage for where I am. In the US, there's forever stamps for each, which is handy. But I go through it. We're probably buying postage every month now. And the other thing I eat up is stationery. I'm always looking for stationery. I really like pretty stationery, even slightly feminine stationery. You could argue this is feminine. I am happy to consider it as such or not. It's certainly me, and I love it. And it looks great with some like metallic ink on there or some ink that matches. So super fun there. The other thing I'm experimenting with is the wax seals. And if you've ever received a wax seal from me that's two-tone, that means I messed it up. It means I put it down and the seal stuck to the paper and ripped out the center. And then I filled it up with more ink and I just did it again, which looks really cool. And it looks like I meant to do it, but I didn't. But I'm learning. The other thing I'm experimenting with is maybe I'll put my wax seals on ice or in the refrigerator and see if that makes a difference. I also wait a little bit for the wax to cool down before I do it. I don't just pour it and then put it in. I wait because I find that it's less prone for a mistake that way. So Miss Valentine says heat gun. Yeah, that is a way, but it just doesn't feel as romantic as a little crack spoon that you use. What is that thing called? That's horrible, but you know what I mean. The little candle under the spoon thing is pretty nice. Ooh, Roxy is a fan of San Lorenzo. Good job. Me too. I really like it. Queen Goddess wrote a long comment I can't quite put up. Do I keep copies of the one that I do? I do not, but I should. I should keep copies. So as my voice is waning, I think I'll bring in someone who can help me keep the show going and do a little talking for me in the time we have left. I'm hoping to get each Illuminati member up here. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, the legendary John Manuel.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Doing fine. Doing fine. Enjoying the evening.
Very good. Your lighting is fantastic.
Oh, thank you. I have two lamps on me now.
That's brilliant. And your sound
Two
quality
desk lamps.
too. Very, very nice, John. So, welcome to the show. Did you ever think you'd be on this side of the proceedings?
No.
Well, anything can happen on the Hemingway Jones Pen Show, and probably will, because I like to switch things up.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
Yeah.
I see people saying hello. Lori,
hello, everybody. Hello, Lori.
Arthur, the legendary Arthur.
Hello, Arthur.
I don't know if you've exchanged letters with him, but he's a lovely.
Not yet. I don't think so.
Yeah, lovely guy.
No, I don't have. I don't have the updated list.
So, John, you've been here a long time.
Yeah, since I think you started.
Did you follow from TikTok, or was it just? Did you just pick up on YouTube?
I started on TikTok, and then I went to Instagram a little bit, and then I started on YouTube at that point. And then I've pretty much been on YouTube. Not to offend you or anything, but I don't watch you on TikTok. I don't even have TikTok anymore.
No, that's fine. I barely post on TikTok anymore. I left it when I saw it sort of trending in a certain direction, and I made YouTube my home, which I've said, and I think this format is better for what I do. I think.
Oh, I agree. It's more personable.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
When you get to talk to everybody on the live chat, plus listen to you, and it's pretty cool.
Thanks. Yeah, I try to keep it balanced with having the live show, which is a way for me to interact with all of you and to learn about you and which direction things are going, and then put up the longer, different videos each week as well. So I try to keep it interesting. So tell everyone which pens you're using these days.
TWSBI Precision.
Very nice.
Just got it, actually.
What color is it?
It's gunmetal. It's metal. It's a metal TWSBI.
Wow.
With an extra fine nib.
Wow.
Even got an ink window.
Oh, that's super fun.
Oops, sorry. It even has an ink window.
What kind of nib did you get on that?
Extra fine. I find it easier for me because I write so small that it's easier for me without running letters together. I can actually read what I'm writing.
Do you ever feel that you're not getting a full expression of the ink when you use a finer line.
No, my Visconti is a fine nib, also, and I've never had a problem with that, other than those nib problems I had when I first got it. But
Yeah, that's
we
a
finally got it working.
it's a hobgoblin with Visconti, and I've asked several people if it's a real thing or if it's not, and I got 100% feedback from pen shop folks that it's a real thing.
Oh yeah, it is. It's a quality control thing. I
Yeah,
would definitely say that. It
because when
took
it's
me. I
good,
went
it's
through
so
three
good.
different places.
Oh wow. Simon
Yeah,
Krupp is asking, what's your Grail pen, John?
my Visconti Homo sapien,
So you have your
Bronze
Grail
Age.
pen,
Yes,
and you're done.
right now. I want to get a 146 with a calligraphy nib,
Oh, okay.
but because I'm getting into calligraphy, I'm actually going to the Orlando Pen Show on Friday and Saturday
Very nice.
from Daytona. It's about an hour away, but yeah, I'm going to go there and doing some seminars and stuff in there. It'll be fun. Stay the night.
Oh, very good.
Mm-hmm.
So Blake is putting up a comment that's kind of self-serving. Where can I learn more about perks of being a member, joining pen pal list, etc.? John, what do you think of the perks of being a
Yes,
member? Are you enjoying it?
I think so. I haven't had a problem with it. I really
Good.
enjoyed the letter exchange, meeting new people and, introducing yourself and everything. Blake, what it is Illuminati and Cognoscenti members, we have a list of people's names, their actual names and addresses, and we mail each other letters back and forth.
Yeah.
So when we first started, we had what, 8 people, I think? And
Yeah, it
now
was a
we've
very small
gone.
group. Yep.
Yeah, now we're almost to the bottom of the page of members that are part of it.
And you get
So yeah,
we do the credits at the end of each video, each of the
yep,
regular videos, which are always fun. Get to see your name
right.
scroll by. And then
And the blooper reels.
the blooper reels, that's right. So there's some bonus. Sometimes I do updates and I just talk to you
Mm-hmm.
guys. Sometimes we do blooper reels. And then
Don't forget
there
the Zoom meetings,
and the Zoom meetings, John. You were on that too. The
which we
very
haven't done in a while. Hint, hint.
I know. I've been bad. I would have done one, but I think we're going to do it in September. I know I said the end of August, but we'll do it in a couple weeks. Maybe this coming weekend we'll do it, but if not, the following.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
You can count me in. I'll be there.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll put up a post. There's a community section that has posts, and only the members can see certain posts. And in those posts are links to bonus videos and things. It's super fun, and it's you also get, I'd say, immediate access to me, right, John? Like, how long do you
Yeah.
wait for a reply from me when you want or need something?
Well, I sent you one telling you I was ready, and yeah, I emailed you and I said I was ready, and you replied 5 minutes later. I got an
Yeah,
instant response. And usually during the week, if I email you, it's pretty quick.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
hate to bug you during the day though, because I know you work.
I
But
do. I do. It's funny. I feel very schizophrenic almost because like work me is so intense and I work a lot of hours and I have, a lot of work responsibility, but then I turn that off and I do this and it's like someone else. It's a lot of fun.
oh yeah, it's got to be a big stress relief
It is.
to
It's good to have
to do what you
hobbies.
enjoy. I'm
Yes.
sure you enjoy work too, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it. But
Yeah, I
but you
love
know
my
what I
job.
mean. Yeah.
I'm lucky. I work with really good people. I'm in a really fantastic organization. So yeah, it means a lot. But pens mean a lot too. And my real passion for pens really showed itself when I was in bad positions, when I was working for places I wasn't happy, because it was almost a way of accessing the other me, you know, like the lighter
Right.
times, just by seeing something beautiful in your day during, really tough time, stressful and tough.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Definitely.
how'd you do with the hurricane down there? Were you okay?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Just a thunderstorm.
Oh, that's
We're
good.
pretty used to it down here in Florida. You know how the hurricane reacts across the state. And I'm sure anybody that's here in Florida knows that If you're going to get it, you're going to get it, and you know you'll get it. But it can change. We had Hurricane Floyd, which is a Category 5, 15 years ago, and it changed 2 hours before it was supposed to hit. It went north.
Oh, wow.
So, I mean, so anything's happen.
So,
can happen.
What's your go-to ink?
I just bought a new bottle of Platinum Chukuro, which is the blackest ink I think that's out on the market. Scott Lasky bought some.
Yes, he
and
did.
He wrote me a letter in it. Yeah, wrote me a letter in it. I just love the ink, so I bought a bottle.
Very nice. I just got a letter from Scott today myself. Another one. He's
it's a black. It almost looks like the letters is like a big black hole.
It reminds me of the car. Have you ever seen the car that was painted with the blackest paint?
No.
Yeah, it's like a black hole. It sucks up all the light, and I guess you can't escape from it. So it's pretty neat.
Oh, wow.
So do you feel like your pen purchases are kind of done for a while now that you have your Grail pen?
Yeah. Just
that 146 when it comes back in the
box, I got the TWSBI for my birthday. So nice. That was for my birthday.
When was your birthday?
And the 28th of August.
Oh, happy birthday. We're not too late.
Thank you.
Sure.
And I also got an ultrasonic cleaner for my birthday. So now I've been cleaning fountain pens.
Oh, nice. I might mail my my twin tank touchdown to you so that you can clean it. The thing is dirty.
I did mine. I actually had it apart.
Oh, no kidding.
Put it all back together again.
And it was okay.
The plunger area. So that way it got really clean inside and out on both ends.
Oh, very nice. Well done. I get a little nervous. Like I'll probably never disassemble my Lamy 2000.
Yeah.
I don't like to customize. I would rather buy another pen. I know it's silly, but Terry,
were you able to find the sweet spot in it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It writes fantastic. It's just there are things I like about it. There are things I don't like about it. But I'll say, and maybe it's shocking, I'm glad I own it. I think it's certainly worthy of a lot of conversation. I think it'll come up in a lot of different ways on the channel. So it's already inspiring me, and not all inspiration's wholly positive, right?
Right.
Frank Aquino says, John, you've inspired me to ink up my Precision. A very neglected TWSBI, but I love it. Yeah, I don't even have one.
I love it too.
Yeah.
Thanks, Frank. I love it too. I've only been using it since the 28th, but it's been my go-to pen for the last 2 weeks. I've been using it for writing the journal and everything. But I never go far without my Kaweco Brass Sport.
Very nice.
I carry that. That's my everyday carry. I carry that wherever I go.
BJ says
it's easy and it's durable because I'm accident prone. So.
Yes. Yeah, that one, I think I said in one of my videos, you could throw it on as hard as you can on rocks and it's not going to break. It's just that good, that pen. So.
Yeah, it is.
Well, very good. Well, John, absolutely lovely to have you on as the first viewer guest.
Yay.
Absolutely fantastic. I really appreciate you being here. Thanks for all your support. You've been just there all the time. Fantastic. It means a lot to me. I'm glad I could say it directly.
Oh, thank you.
In front of everyone. So thank you for that.
Thank you. Well, I really enjoy your show. I look forward to Tuesday nights every week. So
thank you.
Without fail.
Good. Happy to have you. So why don't you stay as I wrap up, John?
Okay.
I just want to my voice is going, guys, so I'm just going to try to gracefully exit. But thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And, Laddie sneaks in a $10 super chat right at the end. Thank you, my brother. I really appreciate it.
Hey, Lad.
He's a lovely guy. Well, just fantastic. Thank you so much, Laddie.
Absolutely.
Your support means the world. Thank you. But so, yeah, my voice is dying, so I'm just going to get off before I totally destroy it because I need to start recording more videos. But thank you all so much, guys. Appreciate you all being here. John, thank you. John, do you want to make any closing remarks?
No, I just want to thank everybody for being members. I mean, it's awesome to see everybody on live chats on Tuesday night. It's just
Do you
fantastic.
know? Do you
I have
know how
such
I
a good
sign
time with
off?
everybody.
Do you know
Huh?
how? Do you know my sign off, John, by heart?
Oh, by heart. No,
That's okay.
no, I don't.
I was
Till
going
we
to
meet
let you
again.
do it, but I'll do it. It's fine. So thank you all for watching. It means a lot. A new video coming out on Thursday, so I promise I will see you again further up the road. So take care. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, John. Good night.
Thanks. Good.